Good morning, guys. What's up, everybody? I'm actually on time today. Usually 1 to 2 minutes late, which I apologize for, but I got a house full of not a house full. It's still summer for us. School's not in session, so trying to take care of kids, and everybody's trying to get their day going. It is nice that I can just pop back into a home office and do this sort of stuff. I don't actually have to go anywhere. So one of the joys of working for trading is that you get to work from home. You get to set your own hours. But the market does open at 8:30 for me, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. I'm Central Time. I'm here in the Midwest. So I got to be, I guess the market is my boss in a certain sense. I got to be up ready for him. What do we have going on today with the Nasdaq futures contract? Let's see what we've got some fundamentals. This morning we had initial jobless claims come out this morning. So initial jobless claims actually dropped from previous 250K. It's why printed green. Consensus was 265. So yeah, okay, take that. I don't know. I guess that's somewhat positive sign for the economy. I think in some senses, though, they kind of want the economy to start slowing down. And I think inflation is still a hot topic. So that's still what's up, Nico? That's still a conversation that's going on. Let's see what we got going on technical. So we've got initial jobless claims come out. And see what we got going on technicals. Yeah. So here's this big. Let's start with the daily. We can look at the weekly, I guess. Weekly, I really like this candle from last week. It's a nice weekly candle we had. Very bullish candle coming in. Let's pull up a pen. Come on, pen. There you are, pen. Very bullish candle coming in here from last week. So, we do have a bullish bias. We're out of this downtrend, which we've seen on the daily chart as well. So it looks like it's moving up for the time being. The question is kind of where does it want to go? And I think, I think 14,500. I like the top of this Bollinger Band on the weeklies. If you're new to the channel, I use Bollinger Bands, but I also I'm trying to get into a lot of more order flow tools to gauge my key levels. I like to use volume profile, which you can see down here. This is a weekly volume profile. I've got an overnight volume profile over here and a session volume profile. But really what I do when the market opens is I'm using this weekly as kind of my higher time frame profile to take a look at. It tells me what's going on this week, and then I'm dropping down to the session volume profile as it matures and generates throughout the session. It's giving me some low volume nodes, high value area low, high value area high, I should say, and it's giving me those areas where we can see interest or no interest in prices based on volume that was traded at those levels. So for me, that's more important than these Bollinger Bands, but I do have these Bollinger Bands up because I'm a creature of habit, and I've had them up for 2 years, and I still like the 20 SMA that runs in the middle here, the 20 period Bollinger Bands, and then these are 2 standard deviations away. So, they're up there. They give me kind of a reference point of quick visual reference for me. So anyways, let's look down. Let's keep going from our higher time frames down. Weekly, we've got this little breakout, very bullish candle from last week. Lots of just green weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, all breaking higher. I mean, I think this continues until it doesn't continue. And then you would maybe start to see a shift back down. But right now it's looking bullish. Daily, we can see that just on a lower time frame. Same structure though. The big downtrend, we just looked out on the weekly. And we've got this strong move to the upside. Yesterday, we talked about this area of confluence right here that we thought price might want to come down to. I'm not sure if we're going to get down there. Perhaps, but that's down at 13. 13,290-ish level. I'm going to draw that out. We can also see we've got this area of support coming in right here. I'm going to make that a nice thick support line. This is all just technical analysis, guys. This is easy peasy, 5th grader technical analysis. Just drawing lines, connecting dots. But we can see right there, massive area of confluence coming in. Support level here where we had a rejection. This candle should have fallen on this candle. You know, that's a very bearish candle on the daily. didn't even attempt to break below it, which is a very bullish sign to me. You know, didn't even retest the low of this day, just pop back up. So a very bullish sign. But I think this would be a key support level. Plus it comes into this supporting trend line right here. And then we have a larger, then this is a bullish channel, which we were trading back in mid-June, July. God, it's already August. Geez, mid-August. My God, it's going to be September before you know it. My God. What's up, Vernon? What's up, Justin? And what was resistance, which is this line right here, now has become support, and we can see how price reacted to that. So I think this would continue to be support as well, and you know the back end of this trend line here. So all this coming in here, we got the 20 SMA there. We could, you know, I think this would be your first area of support, and then if it dropped through that, that would be a secondary support, and then if it ever closed below the 20 SMA on the daily, I think we would then be talking targets to the downside. But right now it's, you know, in an uptrend, so you trade the trend, go up. We can see here the band is completely opened up on the daily up to 200 SMA. Very nice. It's got a nice big window of opportunity here. Big window of opportunity to come up and test that 200 SMA, which I think would find significant resistance at. It did over here as well before we took a plunge. We saw it reacting over here as well before it took a plunge. So I think this is what it has in sights up at 14,000, psych level as well. We can see a nice dragonfly doji candle, bullish candle forming on the daily over here for today already. You know, when I came in this morning, I did take a look at this, and I ended up drawing. Did I draw? Yeah, I draw a trend line here on the 4-hour that I'm looking at. We can see that more condensed bullish channel that we looked on the daily. You can see that here, and I can show you that again. What's up, SW Blaze? Hey, Jeff. I can show you that again here. It's actually it's not on this one. It's on this one right here. So it's just on the 4-hour. It's easier to see it on the 4-hour. You can see this channel that's moving up now, right? Very, very concise channel. Tight channel. Moving up. We're down now at the support area of that channel. This is that big area of support we thought down here. Is this going to hold? I mean, one thing that I would be looking for it to do is do this, you know, we're in an up channel, so you wait for the pullback, you draw your counter trend line of resistance. As it breaks that, you suspect it would come back up and test the resistance trend line of this channel, which is going to be, you know, up here at, you know, 14,000. You know, it's got 14,000 open for it. We have broken through this trend line, which I think is a valid trend line because we've had 3 touches on it. I like to see that. So we had 1, 2, 3 touches on it. We've poked through it, and we're not getting continuation. It is pre-market. So you got to keep that in mind. I do not trade well pre-market, so I just don't trade pre-market. And if I saw this on during the session, I think you'd see a lot more buying volume coming through, pushing this thing up. But it just fizzled out on that break right here. And where was it finding? We can probably see this better on. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Sorry. You can probably see this better here on the hourly. What's going on? You can zoom in. We can also see all these volume. I mean, you don't need to be some technical genius to figure out that we're in a bullish trend. You can see the profiles all moving up. You see point of control all moving up. Here's point of control for this past month. Point of control. One thing I will say is point of control on this weekly volume profile is coming up at the value area high. It did so over here as well. And what you can see is when that happens, typically price is going to want to move away from this. So we see value area high, point of control, and then we see price moving away. We saw that over here as well. You know, same deal. Price moved away, and we've got that now. It eventually did come back up and break new highs, and I'm wondering if that's what's going on today. And we can see here, I don't know if that made sense to everybody, I hope it did, but we can see here that 4-hour down channel that we saw break, has, you know, you can see it over here on the 4-hour, or sorry, on the 1-hour chart. Here's that down trend line. We broke through it. We hit the upper band on the 1-hour, which pinned through. We're now coming back down and using this 20 SMA. I suspect the 20 SMA and the VWAP down here is going to be pretty key level of support. I think we're going to find a bounce off of that. And then, you know, make a move up. Today is, what is today? Thursday. So yeah, I mean, I think that probably today and tomorrow we're going to want to make this move up. So that's my hypothesis of what I've got going on. Now I've got to be able to find a good entry. And I think it's actually happening now. I think, I want to mark out that 20 SMA on the 1-hour, down here, 13,482, 483. So that's, you know, that's right there. VWAP. What do you guys say? VWAP. I've heard people say different things. Let's say VWAP maybe. So that 20 SMA VWAP is corresponding area of confluence down there. This is going to be like my support zone. I can also see here as price moved down. See how price moved down like that? Delta moved down a little bit, but now we're flattening it out. We are positive. This is one area of confluence I like to see on the daily too. This just looks bullish to me. We've got a positive delta, aggressive delta, but we're essentially flat, a little bit red on the day. I mean, again, this to me, pre-market looks very bullish. Looks like a great opportunity to get in for probably some nice points. And I say that because it's got a lot of room to move up. It's, you know, it can move up 2% today, 2-3% today. If it got some bullish momentum, if it had a nice bullish catalyst, perhaps the initial jobless claims are going to do that. I'd be tempted to jump in on it here, but market's not open. So what I'm going to do is let the market open. This would be, you know, probably a place probably an area where I would scale in. I'm only going to take one contract today. I just traded one contract yesterday, and then I would add one contract as price moved in my direction, which is, if you watch the video that I threw up on the channel yesterday afternoon, that's what we did. Took one contract and added a contract on a pullback up to the price target. I could have held it for like 4 or 5 more points yesterday, which I should have, but you know, I got greedy and I wanted to take my profit. But this looks like it's about ready to break and go up. Again, I'm not going to buy it on pre-market because market could open. It could make this move up, and I'm yay happy. And then it just comes down to this area and then comes back up. There's going to be a lot of chop. What we talked about, you can see how price is gapping up. Look at this. Price is gapping up on the 1 minute. Very bullish as we break out of that. Oh gosh, guys, I'm just sitting on my hands watching it because I'm not going to buy it here and have it roll down to 13.5 on me. So you're not going to do it to me, Nasdaq. You've done it to me too many times. You're a lying dog, Nasdaq pre-market. But we talked before about how these Bollinger Bands, particularly on the 1 minute, really hold on the open. As price begins to see these impulses on the open, price can really hold these bands. And so I like 13,500. I like it down here at 13,500. I like it down here at 13,486, fighting for price. And then, you know, you always want to try to figure out where to put your stop. And it would, you know, I probably put my stop down here at 73. So I got to keep that in mind. Why 73? Sometimes 75s hold. And, you know, I want to give it a little bit of room in case we get this impulse through VWAP, trap some sellers, and then it pops back up. I want to give myself a little bit of room on it, particularly if I'm only going on one contract. And, you know, I don't want to get chopped out too much. I've been reviewing my videos from all week, and lots of times I feel like I've come in with good solid ideas, but my execution's been bad. I've been trading with a lot of fear, particularly after, I think it was Monday's live stream. You know, that was just a bad day, just getting chopped up, and I could feel like the anxiety building up, you know, and it's just not good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go on one contract, try to scale in, and try to hold. You know, try to stick to the plan if I can. Yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on this morning. Interesting thing. that I just take, I've been looking at this book map every morning. I'm not actively trading off of it. And you can see here, our price just popped down. I mean, if I got in that long right there, I don't want to be in that pre-market. I've been looking at this book map every day. Really what I'm looking at is these levels of liquidity that are sitting on the book. So I see a level of liquidity right up here at 13,575. That might be a good target, a first target where we might find some resistance. I suspect, though, that as price moves up here, we're going to eat through this and continue to move up. And then you probably will start to see this liquidity moving up. Large areas of liquidity down here. And we might be moving down into that. You can see this at 487. 487, a big area of liquidity down here. Price will probably want to get sucked down into this and fill all those orders. And it's gonna want to participate in that down there. And we can see it now moving down to VWAP. I can just move this here for a second so we can just see kind of how it reacts. Again, guys, I'm just using this as a tool and a reference point for you guys so we can figure out more key levels. And we can see how it's coming down here and engaging. You can look at these bubbles if you want. Sometimes, I like looking at Delta, but these are also good. You can see how sellers are pushing it down into this area. And I find that just helpful for me. If you're trying to find areas of support and resistance, we can see, these orders down here. It corresponds with that level that we just drew out on the chart. I mean, I this is just one more validator that these are probably key levels and that we are probably going to come down to 85. These orders are going to get engaged. Price is going to seek out that liquidity. And then as we move up, I think the next liquidity is going to try to seek, unless all that liquidity just got pulled. You can see it up here at 75. How many contracts? 58. I don't, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to hide this column just to give me some more real estate. We can see the book imbalance there, which is interesting. That's just number of contracts versus the number of number of sellers versus the number of buyers. So another just interesting tool. Big area support down here. May come in here, engage these, then we might get that move up to 75. So 75 would probably be our first target if we do get that impulse up. Those would be new highs up here, 575. So that is my analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Please give me a like if you enjoyed some of that. Now, if we bust through this and we should start dropping, then, I'm just gonna sit on my hands and see what structure builds and see if I can find an opportunity on that. The trading plan then failed, and my guess was wrong. It does happen. Shockingly, I know you guys are shocked. I am not I can only do my best guess of what I think price is gonna do. Yeah, crush that like button, everybody. I love it, Kyle. Crush that like button. Kyle, you trading this morning, man? I wonder if Nico's trading. Nico, you on this thing still? You guys trading? You guys are killing it over in the Discord. I was checking that out. You guys are posting your P&Ls. Murdering it. Murder. I lived in the Caribbean for a few years. We used to go like whenever you wanted to say like, oh my gosh, wow, crazy. You go murder. You can see how price is reacting down here. It's the bottom of the band. This is what we talked about. This was on the open. It is going to open in less than a minute. Very nice bullish candle here on the 1 minute. Down here, VWAP, the big area support. You could try to read price. Delta is not dropping lower. This looks like a valid area of support. I could jump in on one contract here. And then, my stop is just down here at 78. You like my high voice. But I think on the open, it could go boom, boom. That just stop you out and take off. But this would be, if the market was open, this would be a very interesting place for me to start my position for the move up right here. Look at Delta moving up. Look at Delta moving up. Guys, when's the market going to open? 13 seconds. I'm taking one. I'm taking one, guys. I'm taking one. Rice Rita. And I'm getting out. Just on the scalp. I'm gonna see if this thing wants to break or not. I'm glad I got out. What is going on with my zoom on this thing? I cannot flip and read it. We got 20 SMA on the 501, 20 SMA up here on the 501, 20 SMA, blah, blah, blah. A lot of buying volume coming through. Let's see if this trend line, what it wants to do with this trend line. I need that trend line on my 1 minute. Son of a gun. Can't read the zoom. Oh man, I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm sorry, sir, to hear that, but you know what? I've been there before, my man. We've all been there before. I've been like $30 away when I think I've told this story before. It was like in the fall of 2020, and I had just started trading futures in March of 2020 during COVID. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, and I discovered these online prop firms, these evaluation things, and I'm going long here, guys, because this is a zone I like, and I see Delta moving up. I might get it may impulse down, but I'm gonna try my best here. And I can see point of control coming in there. I'm still gonna hold it. I'm probably gonna get out there at the break of that. I was like, so anyways, it was the fall of 2020. It was the first time that I ever tried to do one of these combines, and I was like, I remember I was like $30 away from doing it, and I was so excited, and I blew the account on that one trade. It was just like I got into it, and then I added to the loser. It's just I just needed like a little pop. I remember the trade exactly. I needed just a little pop, and it didn't give me the pop. It started to reverse on me, and I added to the loser, and it was just a nightmare. And then I just lost the account. And I remember it was like Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, whichever one is in September. I can never remember which ones these are. And again, I'm going long here, guys, on this. Yeah, maybe I just got this wrong, huh? I'm looking for the zone here to hold. I'm trying to trade my plan. My plan doesn't want to cooperate. No, I'm out. Son of a gun. Anyway, so I blew that account. I got in that trade because it's down trend line, and I saw us break VWAP. I thought we were gonna get that pop up. Ugh. Trading plan doesn't work. I've got maybe one more trade in maybe before I call it quits. Anyways, I blew that account right before Memorial Day weekend, and it was just, or Labor Day weekend, and it was just like, the worst. I had the worst weekend. Just really beating myself up over it, you know? Seems like we're moving down now, huh? Trading plan fail. Well, at least we're out of it. Yeah, the market open's really been beating me up lately. I know I shouldn't trade it. Man, find some support here. I don't know if I want to counter trend trade it. My son just walked in the room, if you guys heard him. Busted in here to do I don't know what. My kids always like walk around the house and just leave all the doors open. I mean, not that it's fine. I mean, they come in, like they flip on lights and they just leave like all the lights on, all the doors open. It's like, geez, little animals. Still watching this, a little bit bummed. I'm leaning that 600 is just screaming in my or my that my P&L is off to the side of the screen. It's just like screaming at me over there. Gotta really try to control it. But clearly in a downtrend moment, even though my plan was to go long on it, still kind of waiting to see if I can find an entry or find a setup. I don't know. I'm reaching. I'm gonna have to wait for something better. Yeah, a little bit of trade. I can feel the revenge trading starting to creep in. So I'm just gonna sit on my hands for a bit, see what it wants to do down here. I'm really watching this 500 volume through that, but I think it's got VWAP up here. Where is session highs at 97? Actually, what I could do. Just trying to pick the bottom as it's dropping. It's tough. It's like an overnight profile. Tough, tough, tough. Maybe zero. Yeah, I mean, I'm still bullish on it. It's just trying to find an entry. I would have been fine. Actually, I would have come to break even on that first trade. I got stopped out there and we popped up again. I thought we were going to go. I mean, you can see now over on Bookmap how all that liquidity that we were looking at pre-market all got pulled. It's not there anymore. So I wonder what, price doesn't have that to pull it up. And now we've got a bunch down here at 400. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm not trading based on that, but interesting to see how, the last couple of days we've had pretty good setups with price hunting out that liquidity on the open. And it just all got pulled, meaning that those orders all got taken off. Most of them still 56 up there, though. I'm wondering why that's such a light shade. Still 56 up there, but look down here at 400. We've got 103 sitting down there. Let's see. I'm not going to trade based on that, but I want to keep that in mind to see how price reacts. Morning, Ty Law the boss. Good morning. See, normally I'd be buying the back end of this trend line at this low volume node, but I don't know. I'm not trusting myself right now. I can feel it. I can feel the choppiness about to set in. Sometimes you want to just wait for it to become like crystal clear, like super obvious what it's doing. I saw Delta moving up there, trying to read the price a little bit, but I looked at this 1 minute and I just don't think it's there. That looks bearish. This 1 minute looks bearish. I'm trying these lower. I'm trying some of these trend lines out here. I don't want it to be like so many lines on my screen, but I really want to know that 20 SMA on the 1 minute is in this area of resistance at 76. We're right at VWAP though, you know. I just need to not mess with it right around here. Just let it kind of figure out its way. A lot, you can see Delta there. A lot of buying coming through on Delta. See, we're hitting this trend line here on the 5 minute. So that trend line is also it's on the 5 minute, 20 SMA on the 5 minute. Delta's really kicking down now. Mm-hmm. On all these little trend lines, I'm getting super granular on it here. Whenever I find myself getting too granular with it, like doing these little trend lines like this, you need to like step back and see what's going on. Trying to get a direction on it. You know, you're looking for that explosive move. Sometimes you just don't have it, I guess. I feel like this is just Chop City in here, right around VWAP like that. Oh boy. 82 to 95 maybe? It's too choppy then. It looks like over here it wants to punch up, and then on the 1 minute it looks like it wants to punch down. 5 minute looks like maybe it's too low. So just gonna sit on my hands for a little bit. Probably a good time to go get some coffee. Coffee break, boys. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna run back here and take a look at this. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Hey guys, what's up? Man, still chopping around here, huh? I really need to learn not to trade the open. You know, I get a little excited after doing all the pre-market stuff that I'm like, you can see how price reacted the back end of this. Anyways, just I'm not having the best time with the open lately. Maybe I should just not start trading until like um maybe not start the live stream until 8:50, and then we come in and we do the pre-market, and then we start trading like at 9. That might be an interesting thing. What do you guys think? I feel like you guys are here to trade the open. There's a lot of volatility in the open, although I've been burned so many times trading the open. Pushing down, this looks like it's about ready to drop. It looks like it's about ready to drop, and then it just doesn't. Then it just doesn't. And I say that because I looked at this 5 minute, looks very bearish, then we broke below it. I saw Delta dropping, excuse me, over here. And I thought we were going to pop down maybe to 45. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. Oh, yeah, I know I appreciate that BPCF, but I like coming on here and checking in with you guys in the morning, see what everybody's doing. Oh man, my coffee is hot. Holy smokes. Burn my mouth off. Yeah, now it's popping up. This TD Ameritrade, I'm checking my email. What is TD Ameritrade telling me? How are the stocks doing is a question. How are stocks doing? How am I? I'm watching this thing, guys. I'm not touching this thing right here. I don't know what the heck it's doing. You know, I'm thinking maybe even taking a short up here at value area high, you know, at this trend line. Now I see point of control coming in right at VWAP. Yeah, it seems like we're just kind of in this rangy-dangy thing. And I don't want to get stuck in the middle of it where I'm like, oh, it's going up, breakout, and then, oh, it's going down, short it, and then, So I need to be waiting for a good setup and not trying to trade back my P&L because that'll just be a disaster. An absolute disaster. And we can look at what happened this morning. You know, our plan was to come in and try to take a long around VWAP, around this area where we took these longs. You can see them in here. And then price just broke below it, just broke that support. So you got to get out of it. You know, it's done. It's just about, you know, you lose the trade. Our target was up at 75. I was trying to get in down here and go up to 75. If this would have worked out, it would have been a massive, you know, massive reward. But the trading plan didn't execute. And one of the things I'm trying to work on is coming up with a plan and then executing it. And I feel like I did that. You know, this last one I think might have been a little desperate, but I kept waiting for this thing. You know, my move was up to 74, 75. That's kind of off the table now. I feel like that trading plan's kind of in the bin, and we're waiting to see what else might develop. I can kind of see this support level here breaking where I just drew this off, and price coming down to 400. You know, that might be something that I want to try to take advantage of, but I feel like it's so choppy in here. I mean, every time I think I'm about ready to short it, we're getting these pops up. Big rejection there. VWAP on the 5 minute. You can see price here trying to move up. Delta, there goes Delta. I mean, you know, where do you put your stop on this at 86, right? And then it pops up to 96, and then it pops up to 05. Let's take a scalp. I saw that was going to pop a little bit. Look at that. Delta dropped and then price just popped. Frustrating. Very bearish candle in the 1 minute. I'm seeing lots of liquidity sitting down at 400. I'm wondering if we're going to get that move down to 400. All that liquidity up at 75 has been at 575 has been pulled. It's not there anymore. So liquidity is sitting down at 400. You know, my bias here might have shifted. My bias has shifted. I shouldn't say might have shifted. Now I got price moving down, but Delta's moving up. Candle in 500 volume, but price don't care. Price don't care what that candle looks like. Price doing what it's doing. I'm still looking for price to drop down to 400. You know, I'm trying to find a decent entry on it. I don't know if you'll get one, to be honest. Delta's dropping here. Just took a scalp on that. I feel my nerves getting rattled. I need to get in at a better price. You know, I don't want to short it down here and then the thing pops back up the VWAP. You know, and then I'm sitting there. Maybe I should, Kyle. Guys, I'm going to stand up and stretch. When I sit back down, I hope I have more than 29 likes on this. Let's get 50 likes, boys. Come on, 50 likes. Please. Oh, I'm stretching. $32 likes. Thank you. 39 likes. Love it, guys. Love it, guys. Come on, guys. 11 more likes. I'm begging for them. I'm begging. Come on, guys. I didn't even put commercials in this thing. I'm not running ads in the live stream anymore. Although Facebook puts a ton of ads in my videos, which I really don't appreciate, and they'll put them in whether I monetize or not. I don't know how to. On the last one, I tried to go out and like I tried to like add the ad break. Thank you for the 50 likes, boys. I really like it. Really appreciate it. I tried to add my I tried to manually put in the breaks, and I hope that you know, overrides their automatic ad placement. Man, now we're getting that drop, aren't we? Trying to find an entry on it. Don't move without me, Bryce. Don't move without me. Please. Wait for me. I'm just going to take something here. I can see it all opening up here on the 4 hour as well. Now it's popping. Look at that. Chasing price. This is what happens when you chase price, guys. Nothing good happens with it. Nothing. Don't chase price. Don't chase price. I know better to chase. I know better than to chase price. I think this is going to pop up. I can see Delta moving there. Back to where I started after all that scalping. Delta's moving up still. Now we've got Delta moving down. Look at the back end of this trend line, how that's reacting. The price is reacting to that. You can see it opened up down to 20 maybe. I mean, the tricky part is trying to get in at good prices on these things, right? It's like you don't want to short the bottom, which is kind of what I did. But at the same time, you know, I don't want price to move without me here. I'm trying to get in. Looking for some, you know, pullback, price exhaustion, continuation. It's just not happening. Time is 9:04. I probably should have closed out of this. All right. Value area just shifted on me. Son of a gun. And we're out. That's going to be it for me today, guys. My trading privileges are done. I still think it might come down to 400, but I'm just getting chopped up. I'm out. I gave back everything I made plus $100 from yesterday. No, I had, I know. Thanks, Vernon. No chasing. I know. I chased it. I chased it down there, short of the bottom of it. Now it's popping up. So live and learn. Anybody who's out there, don't chase price. That's what happens to you. It's moving quickly. I should have put my stop at 41 right here. Instead, I moved it up here, right above the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. I thought we were going to get an impulse down to 400. Clearly we didn't. So now I'm out. I'm back to where I started yesterday. So whatever. Come back tomorrow. Try again. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate all the likes. I hope your day's going better than mine. Have had a rough couple days this week on the live stream trading. I don't know. Some of it's psychological. Some of it's just poor trading, I guess. But we're clearly in this down channel on the session. And that's life. That's life. If I just sort of drawn that out, you can see we're at the bottom of that channel. You can see it here on the 5-minute. What's going on? That's a bummer. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that today. I don't know if I'm gonna trade anymore today. I'm feeling pretty beat up. We're in this clear down channel. I mean, my gosh, I didn't even look at this. So frustrating. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all the likes. I'm jumping off this. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna get out of here. This is no fun. It's no fun in general. It's also no fun to do it, but do it in front of an audience. But you know, it's life. This is what trading's about, and this is what I go through. So I think most traders go through it. It's frustrating. Like I can see here, if we look at just like what you know, we form this. I can't even just look at a session. Where's the session? Yeah, I thought, you know, we broke session lows. I thought it was going to pop down to 400. And clearly it didn't. I don't know. There's going to be some reflection on this. Plus on Monday was another bad day. I don't know. Look at the 4-hour. I mean, we broke through that 4-hour trend line. Oh, I'm still watching it. You can't. I mean, I can't trade after this. I've got to stop. So I think it probably come up to 80. It might. You know, this looks bullish. Looks like it might want to continue up here. The worst is when you take away your trading privileges, and then you might want to come up here, and then you see like a perfect setup, and you're like, ugh, perfect setup, but I missed it. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna go for a walk and maybe just not trade anymore. I might just watch it, see what it wants to do. I hope your day's going better than mine. Yep, see, there's that push back up. God dang it. Gosh dang it. I'll see you guys later. I'll be back tomorrow, Friday, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. Hopefully we have a better day tomorrow. If you take anything out of this, don't chase price. Chasing price is where you short the bottom or you buy the top, thinking there's going to be some momentum to the downside. You don't take your stop, and you get burned on it. So that's what happens. Lesson learned. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.